When Maya told her friends she was dating someone 18 years older, the reactions were instant. "Isn't he too old for you?" they asked. But Maya just smiled, because she knew something they didn't. "Let me tell you why women are drawn to older men. And it's not what you think. The first encounter. Confidence is magnetic. At the networking event, Maya encountered a man who stood out, not because he spoke the loudest, but because he listened the deepest. While others jostled to outshine each other with exaggerated stories and self-promotion, he leaned in and asked meaningful questions. His presence was calm, composed, and confident, not performative. It was as if he understood that connection comes from genuine curiosity, not from being the center of attention. Maya felt seen, not sold to. That subtle shift, his restraint, his ease, created an energy around him that was magnetic. People drifted toward him, not because he demanded attention, but because his confidence was rooted in self-awareness rather than ego. It was a quiet kind of power, one that made the chaotic noise around him fade. In a room full of performers, he was the grounded observer, and that made him unforgettable. 2. The emotional anchor. Maya's previous relationship left her feeling abandoned and emotionally stranded. When she faced a personal crisis, her partner at the time, a man her age, vanished rather than stand by her. It was a stark reminder of emotional immaturity, the inability to face discomfort or offer support when it truly mattered. But then came someone different, an older man who didn't shy away when things got raw. He didn't rush to offer shallow solutions or retreat into silence. Instead, he allowed Maya to feel, speak, unravel. His calm presence became a refuge. By holding space for her emotions without judgment or agenda, he showed emotional depth that Maya hadn't experienced before. That steadiness made her feel safe, like she could fall apart and still be held together. It wasn't about age alone, but the emotional capacity that had been shaped through years of living, learning, and loving with intention. 3 shared moments of depth. Their evenings were woven with stories, not scrolls. Instead of exchanging fleeting digital laughs, they unraveled memories. His tales of travel through quiet villages, boardrooms where he made bold choices, and moments of heartbreak that didn't break him but reshaped him. He didn't speak to entertain, he spoke to connect. What captivated Maya wasn't just the content of his stories, but the weight they carried. Each narrative was rich with reflection, like time had carefully sanded it down into something meaningful. He didn't glorify his past, nor did he shy away from pain. Through every conversation, Maya saw a man shaped not by the number of years, but by how deeply he'd lived them. Those evenings left her with more than insights. They left her feeling wiser, like the stories themselves stitched new understanding into her. In a world obsessed with speed, he reminded her of the beauty of depth. 4. Intentional living. In a world where uncertainty often passes for excitement, Maya found rare clarity in him. He didn't play games or offer vague promises. His boundaries were firm, not to push her away, but to protect what mattered to him. His ambitions weren't lofty daydreams. They were rooted in action and integrity. From their first conversation, he made it clear. He wasn't dating to pass time. He was seeking partnership, depth, and alignment. That intentional energy made Maya feel something she hadn't felt before. Certainty. She didn't have to decode his texts or guess how he felt. Every gesture, every plan, every conversation affirmed her place in his life. She wasn't a placeholder or a fleeting thrill. She was seen as a partner, not a project. That sense of being chosen, not chased, allowed her to relax into the relationship, trusting that she was with someone whose clarity created emotional safety. 5. The inner evolution. He carried his past not as baggage, but as wisdom. Maya saw a man who didn't wear a mask of perfection. He openly acknowledged the flaws, missteps, and regrets that had shaped him. There was something powerful about his transparency. He didn't deflect blame or sugarcoat failures. Instead, he offered stories of growth, lessons earned through trial and error. That kind of humility made him stand apart. He wasn't trying to be flawless. He was trying to be honest. In a world where image often trumps substance, his authenticity felt radical. Every mistake he admitted to made him more human, more layered, more trustworthy. Maya didn't want perfection. She wanted someone who had weathered storms and emerged wiser. His past wasn't a red flag. It was a roadmap, and it led straight to the kind of depth she craved. Somehow, his imperfections made him unforgettable. So maybe the attraction isn't to his age, but to the man that age shaped. The truth? Women aren't looking for older men. They're looking for mature energy, and sometimes That energy comes with salt and pepper hair and a calm smile that says, "I've got you." Unlock the science behind attraction, emotions, and behavior, only on Psychology Masters. Ready to dive deeper into the minds of others and your own? Hit that subscribe button and join a community of thinkers, truth seekers, and emotional explorers. New episodes weekly that unravel the psychology behind everyday life, love, and the human experience. Subscribe, learn, evolve, become a Psychology Master.